Hello, Eric.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. It's our first session. How are you feeling today?
Well, I mean, here,
You're here.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, what brings you in today?
Well, my wife is bagging on me. Says I better do something about my drinking or she's gonna leave me. So
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So did she put you up to this, or you came on your own accord?
Well, I love her. I don't want her to leave me. So yeah, I guess that's my own accord, but I got some motivation with that too.
Mm. I'm really sorry to hear that, Eric. That sounds like a very difficult and tough thing to be going through. How does that make you feel, this whole process?
I don't think I need to be here.
Okay.
I'm not, I have a drink every once in a while,
Hmm.
when I work construction. So I'm busy all day long. I'm on
Hmm.
my feet all day long. My back hurts. So I want to have a drink to relax.
Hmm.
So, uh, I don't know what she's talking about,
Hmm.
but, you know, maybe, maybe sometimes, when I veg out, I don't want to hear her yapping at me. So I don't want to say shut up because that's very disrespectful. But at the same time, internally, I kind of say that when I don't respond to her. So, um, and I could be more present, with her. But yeah, I don't know about this therapy thing.
Yeah. So in your own words, you don't really believe you have a problem, except for you could maybe be kinder to her, use kinder words sometimes.
Yeah, when I talk to her, I
Yeah.
mean, like I said, I work construction, so I'm, 60 plus hours a week. And
Yeah.
I got jobs and deadlines and builders and the company's breathing down my neck to get deadlines done. So, I could be a little bit gentler to her, but um, I deal with kids all day, so kind of get in that mode a little bit again, and maybe I'm too direct, but that's how I express myself too.
60 hours a week is a lot of work. That's definitely can be
Oh,
taxing. I
yeah,
understand that.
yeah. I mean, you got to do what you got to do if you want to feed your family.
How do you feel like you're able to balance those 60 hours a week at work and your home life? What does that balance look like?
What do you mean?
Are you able to come home and just be home, or do you find yourself thinking about work when you return home?
We get some of these kids that come in on the job site. This one kid swinging a hammer, hitting the handle on the nail and holding the head of the hammer, and it's frustrating no end. And it's hard to kind of wind down, but that's why I have a you know
Mhm.
beer or drink or whatever or two, or
Yeah.
just kind of veg out and watch TV. And um, I don't know about I don't know what balance means and all that. I'm just a simple guy. So when I'm home, I like to be home, but really I just focus on the weekends. And that's where we'll go take the boat out and go fishing or skiing or um, because I make decent money, and or we'll take the RV out and make a big road trip, sometimes. But you know, m- recently, with the demands at work, it doesn't really give me that much of an opportunity to do all that stuff anymore. Um,
And that's important to you, having those things you can look forward to and those activities. Seems like that's important.
it is important. We all got to have fun.
Yeah,
All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
yeah,
So
that's true. What would be some pros of you continuing this behavior and not changing?
pros. I mean, I support my family really good. You know, we have a really nice house. Like I say, we got a boat, an RV. We'd like to take time away and even do, eat now and stuff like that. So, you know, I see that as a big pro. We get to do whatever we want to do. If we want to go out and you know, uh, totally remodel the kitchen, like we can do that.
So financial stability
Right,
seems like
right,
a pro.
right.
Okay. Um, in the past, with or without this drinking behavior, what was different? Or was there ever a time where this was not relevant? Okay.
I have my wild and crazy days, but uh, you know, I've been married before. This ain't my
Okay.
first rodeo, but
Mhm.
I learned from that, like not to drink too much. So I kind of toned down on that. Um,
You got control over when you
yeah,
feel an appropriate amount to drink.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. What would be the worst thing to happen if you did um, drink to your wife's satisfaction of amounts? What would be the worst thing that would happen if you did do that?
What do you mean? Like how she tells me I should drink?
Yes, if you adhered completely to her rules.
Um, I rule the house.
Hmm.
Man, what the man says, that's my castle. So if she's gonna come in there and I cower to her, like, where's my respect?
Hmm.
So, um, you know, she is wanting me to quit altogether,
Hmm.
and that ain't happening.
Hmm.
I could do it, but it's just ain't happening.
Yeah. Well, I feel like you have the power to maybe make a compromise to maybe not go completely your way or completely hers, but meet in the middle.
Yeah, as long as she's on board with it. But,
Hmm.
you know, she's got to meet me somewhere.
Hmm.
It you can't be all her, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, important. It's a
Yeah,
good realization to
yeah.
understand that it takes a give and take for change to happen. On a scale of 1 to 10, how important is it for you to make this change, to go through with what your wife wants you to? Okay, okay. Well, you're here and you're talking to me. And like we mentioned earlier, you care enough at least to sit here and speak to me about it. So, what would be your way of solving this issue? What would be your ideal solution that you could come to satisfy all parties?
Well, you haven't thought about that. An ideal outcome. Well, I mean, the ideal outcome is, wife not ragging on me.
Hmm.
Um, and then I can, somehow when I come home, have this time that I can have to wind down a little bit.
Hmm.
Like I say, I got back pain, feet pain, and everything else.
Hmm.
I need some time before I start in my ear.
Hmm.
So, um, and then being able to, really do more on the weekends.
Hmm.
Maybe it's something that um, we start planning a little bit out in advance.
Okay. Time management is definitely a
Yeah.
goal I think we can work on.
Okay.
And communication with family is another thing it seems like you'd like to work on. And I think you answered this. If you were 100% successful in making the changes you want, what would you see be different in your life? If the changes were successful, what would you think have to maybe sacrifice or have to give up
Wait, can you ask that question again?
Yeah, if the changes that you wanted to happen, if or that you're in here for, if they were to happen, what would be different? What would you have to sacrifice in order for change to really occur?
Well,
Mm,
maybe tell the boss to go shove it sometimes without getting fired, of course.
mhm,
Um, but that might reduce some of my pain. That might reduce some of my drinking.
mhm.
Might be able to give me more time. So I think honestly, it's just working less hours.
Yeah, yeah, working less hours seems like it could potentially take some stress out of other areas of your life.
Right, but it's also compromising what, if we want to do whatever we want to do, So we have to look at that and maybe look at, everything's paid off, so I'm not worried about that.
Right.
But won't be able to do as much as
Yeah.
we're used to.
Yeah. I think that's a very good insight to have. There's only so much time in the day, so figuring out how to do that well, and we can work on. I think for now that could be that could wrap up our first session. I'm looking forward to getting to know you better, and I think we have a lot of stuff to work on in the future. Thank you for coming in.